This is Tenikca with Hits with the Misses, where we talk home education, lactation, and all other mama musings. Hope y'all are well. So my hope is that this is a super quick video. We are going to talk about goal tracking for your child. And I know, I am a homeschool mom, but the things I do, I hope will be available to definitely homeschool parents, but also just any parents with any type of education. I do believe that education starts in the home and that you are your child's primary teacher. I mean, all the time. And even if they do go to traditional school or someplace else to learn or do different, you reinforce that. You got to check folders and all that stuff. So I came up with what I think is a pretty simple way to keep track of goals. I am very, very, very type A. And so I make goals at the start of the year, and those goals are based on kind of standards, I guess, but they're also based on their interests, what I want them to learn, because that's a perk of homeschool. You get to kind of structure your curriculum, but also just so we know what we're all working towards, okay? And it's not just this hodgepodge of stuff because nobody knows why, okay? And I also think it just builds good record keeping habits for myself. So here we go. I make goals at the start of the school year. I have not made the goals for next year just yet. There'll be a video on that. And so then at the end of each month, I look at those goals, look at what we've learned, and I see how they are moving towards those goals. And then I document it, okay? So, for example, if this year I wanted James to recognize, know all the phonemes for all the letters and recognize them uppercase and lowercase. Okay, that may have been the goal. I honestly don't know. We'll refer back to those later. And so last year was the first year I started summer learning. So you can see in July where I wrote down, okay, well, he's recognizing this and all of the things. Now, as you can see, in the following months, we get more detailed, okay? You can also see two different colors. Why? Because I have two different children. So instead of having two different sheets, which in the future, I know I will need two sheets. I don't now. So instead of having two different sheets, I can sit down, take 30 or 45 minutes, write down what each has accomplished. And I also, I focus a lot on their strengths, what they've done, what they've learned, what they're interested in, what they enjoy. And then I also say, we regressed here. We're having trouble remembering the difference in A-B patterns and, things of that sort. I will write that down because that helps me then plan and add in things, okay? So I'll do another video on lesson planning, and I do long-term lesson planning. Let me explain why. When I make these goals, so of course the goal is supposed to be met through the end of the school year. The long-term lesson planning helps me kind of see it month by month, or even if you want to get super detailed, week by week, how this progression is going to happen. But it also allows me to add stuff, remove stuff, bring stuff back, erase here. And I'm not in this mad scramble of what do we do now? Or how do we do this? So if James, if I go to my lesson plan and he's supposed to be on lesson 8, but he's actually on lesson 14, I can say, oh, you know what? We can take a break from curriculum. Let's go do, instead of continue with level 15 at this point, let's take a break. Let's add in some fun review games for Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we'll go back to this page of the workbook just to make sure things are okay. On the flip side, if I've scheduled for James to be at lesson 8 and we're at lesson 6, I can also say, okay, we're having a little trouble progressing, look at what the areas might be, and then find the tools to help them with that. Instead of it's the end of the year and I thought we were going to be here, and oh man, I wasn't able to do this and I wasn't able to do that and I didn't know how to do this. We erase that. Okay. I feel like it helps everyone to plan. Okay. It's not this huge toss up when you wake up in the morning. What are we going to do today? When is it going to start? How long are we going to do it? When you know on Mondays we do language arts, math, art, and social studies, and everybody knows that, life is smooth. Okay? That is what we need in this world. Life is smooth. So, anyway, so I do this at the end of that month or at the beginning of the next month. So, for example, in January, where like, I feel like December is kind of crazy for every human. But a lot of people take like their breaks then, or take more time off from maybe like curriculum things, and do more holiday items and like fun stuff. And that is totally fine. This is again why we plan. Okay. So it was really important for me in January to like kind of reset here, because James, I thought pre-K was going to kind of last us the entire year. It did not. So he finished that in January, and I had to regroup pretty quick and figure out what we're going to do and what we're going to work on, because language arts isn't like his love, if you will. Like, he loves math. He loves science. He loves art. Language arts is like, okay, this is what we're doing. Let's do it. Okay. So I kind of had to regroup with that. That was also when I noticed Jude wanted a workbook, and he wanted to be, increasingly included in lessons and wanted activity. Like, okay, he did not want structured play. He wanted what his brother had. So again, we had to do some serious regrouping there. And you will also see, sorry y'all, from year to year, not year to year, sorry. From the beginning of the school year towards the end of the school year, I'm getting more and more descriptive. There's more to add. And that's only because they were growing more in certain areas, not in other areas. And also, this helped me choose what we were going to use for summer learning. What worked for this unit year, what didn't, what I would look for next year. Okay? So that is how and why I track goals. Oh my gosh, I said I was going to keep this super short, y'all. Okay. Whew. Tips, tricks, tools. I use erasable pens. If that's not your jam, if you don't have any, fine. Find a pencil, okay? Because your sanity, okay? Just do it, okay? Have a system that works for you. So I have a good friend who just writes all this down in a composition notebook. Like, month at the top, this kid. Month at the top, this kid, goes. For me, flipping through all of those pages like that, it is just hard for me to like go back and forth when I'm processing, and I need to see kind of like the linear progression, if you will. Okay. So if I can see here, okay, he is, doing words that end with at, and okay, now I'm moving towards the end with it, and and then we're 100% accuracy on long and short vowel sounds. Like that helps me. Okay. So do what works for you and how it works for you. Do not overthink it. This is not a dissertation. This is not a thesis. It does not need to represent one. Okay. This is for you and to see what you need to work on. I don't know your goals for your child. If your child is in traditional school, maybe you have met with their teacher and their teacher is like, they are amazing and gifted and excelling here. I would like them to work on this, and they don't have to be. I need to stress this. They do not have to be academic. Okay, I believe in educating the entire child. So even when I make my goals for the year, like I document their learning styles and their love languages, their strengths, and things we need to work on. Okay, I am not just looking at pure subjects here. Okay, and so I'll write down like we need to take a break, build confidence in uh, phoneme sounds, okay? And that also helps me with my professional development. That's in quotes because if you've seen a prior video, that means I watch a lot of YouTube videos from other homeschool moms to see what they are doing. But also I do like actual professional development with webinars and conferences and things like that. And that helps me know what I need to learn to teach my child. Okay? So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, comment, DM me. If you like what you see, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and just hit that thumbs up button. That would mean a lot to me. And I posted like all of my contact information, website, all of that below. And if you follow me on social media, I posted like the templates I use. And if you would like those, let me know. I am redoing my website now, and I'll have them up soon. Sorry for the delay. #MomLife. But I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day.